Okay, it looks like apparently we are live. So essentially, what I'm going to be doing here. Bloody hell, this notification is really annoying me. Hang on, guys, one moment. Hang on, once Google is using webcam. Well, I know that, but I hide the notification. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Okay, so I've been asked to do this video by a couple of people. Really just people that used to see my Raw reviews and stuff like that. Excuse me as I'm just making sure that we are still... Yeah, okay, we're still good, yeah. So basically, booking decisions in WWE. Now, it's been a long time since I've done one of these reviews. To be honest with you, I'm not even like sure where the bloody camera is exactly on this thing. Fucking hell, that's not great. I've seemingly just missed out. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. So it's not great. I've seemingly just missed out. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. So basically, I'm going to start by talking about WWE Crown Jewel, as the title of the video will probably suggest, right? First and foremost, if it has to be said, then it has to be said. But I will not be discussing the whole controversy of where the show was hosted or why the show was hosted or something like that. All I will say on that is that certain WWE superstars who chose not to go didn't go, and those that went did go, and more power to them, dude. Like, as one of the most honest things I've seen about it is that Randy Orton, apparently he said in a clip, allegedly he said, I've got kids, if they want me in Saudi Arabia, I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia. And do you know what? I think we can all respect that. If there's money on the table, then, and he's being honest about it, he's got kids to feed, he's got a family to feed, so why not? That's probably why some people went and others chose not to go just because they didn't want to, pretty much, apparently, allegedly. I don't know. But more to the point, the booking on the show. Forget where it was hosted, dude. Forget why it was hosted. Forget all of that shit. The booking on this show was absolutely mental. Now, most of you know Shamus, who's appeared on this channel from time to time, most memorably blinding himself, missing out the whole first hour of WrestleMania 33 pre-show or show. But basically, yeah, when he said to me, because he was here watching the pay-per-view with me on the WWE Network, because it started at 4 p.m. for people in the UK. So we were sitting there watching it, we grabbed some snacks and whatnot, and the World Cup booking up until a certain point was good. I don't agree. Let's say I don't agree. I don't know why they had Kurt Angle lose in his first match. At least let him get to the semi-finals before he's beaten by someone, but before he's beaten by Seth Rollins in a respectful match, or even have him, I would say have him get to the finals, but we'll discuss why that didn't happen at a later date. So yeah, that was the first error. Bobby Lashley obviously was a replacement for John Cena and was apparently injured. I just realized Finn Balor wasn't on the Saudi Arabia show, was he? No. Nonetheless, questionable booking all the way throughout. And what makes this worse is that when you put it into contrast, we see this, right? We got Evolution over here, and then we got Crown Jewel over here. Worlds apart. Like, if this camera was bigger to show you guys how far apart I'm stretching my hands, then you'd understand. Because by God, you have one pay-per-view. And I'm not even going to get into the whole men versus women thing. I'm just talking about booking, dude. The booking was good on Evolution. Clear storylines, you could see the rhyme or reason behind it. Certain things weren't like as clear as others. Like, you had Nia Jax win the Battle Royal when it probably should have been Ember Moon, but obviously they want to do the whole Ronda Rousey versus Monster Heel Nia Jax thing and stuff like that. We might touch on Nia Jax again later, but the point is, the point is that, you know, there was rhyme or reason towards like the booking of this show. Certain things happened the way they happened for a reason, but it just seemed like WWE Crown Jewel completely lacked that. Now I'm going to get the obvious out the way, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I know. Hell, look at this T-shirt, dude. Love to Shamus, who got this for me for my birthday recently. But like, I am an Undertaker fan through and through. I was annoyed that he lost two matches in a row, especially when, like, if you're gonna do the whole Shawn Michaels thing, like he probably should have like won. But you know, it's one of these things that you look at and you consider, and you're like, oh, well, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that booking's not really probably going to matter, especially now with Triple H being injured. Hopefully, has a speedy recovery. But that match, it wasn't great, was it, man? It was a bit sloppy, and it got thrown off by Triple H's injury and all that. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm going to leave it there. They probably should leave it, and you know, just leave it at that. Leave all that in the way, right? Now, so the fact that you didn't have Dean Ambrose cost Seth Rollins his World Cup match, and you basically had for more or less Dolph Ziggler beat him free. That was missed progression, in my opinion. I'm like, wow, dude. Like, I mean, is there something I'm missing? I feel like I'm all over the place here. Randy Orton loses his first round match. RKO is Rey Mysterio. You know, and at that point you'd feel, oh yeah, well, you know, I can get that. They'll get the, you know, the whole battling Rey Mysterio to the final, the underdog babyface thing. Yeah, that would be great. You know, you can do that, and it could be an effective story to tell. But I just they didn't go that way, and we'll talk about that in a hot second. But just briefly touching on AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, and I get that I'm all over the place. Hell, I might even be forgetting one or two matches. That's how disinterested I was in this show. You know, this man has spent his whole, like, you know, the whole build for this feud has been like, oh, how he's like invading his like life, and then, you know, the wife and family and all that. There was none of that intensity in this match, and don't get me wrong, I understand, like, me personally, I like AJ Styles as WWE champion. I don't see any reason for it to change. Would it have been quite cool if Daniel Bryan won the belt on SmackDown? Possibly, but AJ's coming in on the year, so I kind of want to see that, especially as he initially won the title in Manchester. I'm actually recording this on a Tuesday morning because of my career or my player episode mess up, like with the commentary, so I've had to push that back and bring it to you tomorrow. So I initially wasn't actually even going to do this video, just because it's not something I want to talk about. It's not something I had interest in. But on further reflection, if you know Daniel Bryan isn't going to compete for his reasons, then I get that you need to book someone in. But hell, just book a fatal four-way or something, man. Don't make Samoa Joe lose one-on-one again, because, like, as I said, I know this is kind of conflicting what I said, but don't get me wrong. I want AJ as champion. Hell, I'd be happy for AJ Styles to be champion for I don't know how long. I don't have a problem with it because he's there every week. He's one of the best wrestlers on the show. SmackDown Live is literally the house that AJ Styles built since the original brand split back in 2016. People have flip-flopped on brands, and AJ Styles never has. He ended the awful Jinder Mahal experiment. Thank fuck for that. I mean, yeah. What else can you say? Just don't fucking feed Samoa Joe to AJ Styles again. Like, make it more creative. For what it's worth, Rusev lost to Shinsuke Nakamura on the pre-show, I believe, for a US Championship match. Good God, why did you split up Rusev Day? So we are going to talk about my main 2 points of contention with this just before we end this crown jewel thing, right? And what have I missed? I feel like I missed Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. That ended quick time because Lashley apparently has a separated shoulder, or so the rumors go. Seth Rollins then lost to Dolph Ziggler, who was then in the final, and The Miz was kind of like a heroic babyface, basically winning more or less clean against Jeff Hardy and Rey Mysterio, while Rey Mysterio beat Rey Mysterio beat Randy Orton in the first round, as did Dolph Ziggler beat Kurt Angle. Right, there you go. So now we are set pretty much. We've set the stage. So it's the finals of the World Cup tournament, and out comes Miz and out comes Dolph. Right, I'm thinking, why are they doing heel versus heel? You know what? Maybe they're gonna pull the trigger on a Miz face turn. They've tried that before and it didn't work out. But if they did it, I'd be intrigued to do it. But then I think I'm missing the boat on the whole Miz versus Daniel Bryan thing, potentially for the WWE title. But as I said previously, I don't mind Styles as champion. So, we'll just see where they go with that. But then the match kicks off. And at some point, Shane McMahon comes out because bloody The Miz is apparently injured, right? He sells this perfectly. It's a work, by the way. The Miz isn't really injured. It's all right. And then Shane McMahon says, no, I'm not doing this. SmackDown Live isn't going down like this. So this man goes into the ring. And all right, I guess you have the out that he's fresh as a daisy against the Dolph Ziggler that's wrestled twice, etc., etc. I understand it, yeah? But this man literally wins the Best in the World Cup after Drew McIntyre is sent to the back and Shane McMahon hits coast to coast for the pin, right? What would this man have done if he would have lost the final? Would he have fired himself from SmackDown? I mean, I don't know. It's almost funny. Like at the time, don't get me wrong, me, Shamus and I, we popped. We was hyped because I like Shane McMahon. I do, and I feel like WWE almost backed themselves into a corner by having a heel versus heel final. So, I mean, obviously Shane McMahon winning was probably the plan all along, but God damn it, WWE, you have a competition or a tournament, a one-night tournament, which is a format I favor, by the way, a one-night tournament, and you literally book Shane McMahon to win it. Now, don't get me wrong. I know he's been in a few matches. I know he went toe-to-toe with AJ Styles. I know he had a decent match with The Undertaker. Did he wrestle at WrestleMania 34? Yeah, he did. So he wrestled with Daniel Bryan, against that. Yeah, so he's had a couple of matches. Well, I can't believe Shane McMahon's been back like 3 years already. Almost been 3 years. Bloody hell. And it's just like, dude, wow. Like, can you not come up with something a little bit more creative? Like, why not have? I mean, I didn't want the Miz to win it because I can't stand like the freaking cocky, arrogant heel. I'm the best in the world every week, but have Seth Rollins get to the final, have Dean Ambrose cost him the final, and then have Miz just literally pick the scraps, perhaps after getting curb stomped or something. Then the Miz can go around like he's winning God's gift to mankind when he's done fuck all. And Seth Rollins could be like, well, hang on here. Like, I'm literally like one of the best wrestlers in the world. I'm the best wrestler in the world if it wasn't for you, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to leave that. And we're going to get on to the next point of contention, the final point of contention for Crown Jewel, which is, I know, something people are not happy about. And I'll be honest with you, I've gone past the point of caring. That Universal Championship is cursed. It's ugly. It's cursed. It's horrible. Man alive. Just, you know what? Just kill that title. I don't even want to say something as drastic as like have the WWE Championship for both brands. You know how like they used to do an undisputed title? Because I think that robs certain guys of a chance of winning a world title in their career, which is something I'm not a fan of. But God damn it, kill the Universal title. Before we even get started, let's look at that title history. Finn Balor gives it up after 1 day. Then I believe Kevin Owens wins it in a tainted victory, which is fair enough. But then it goes through that awful period of Raw where it was just variations of Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins or Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. And, oh my goodness gracious. The list of Jericho was the only memorable thing from that. And then, okay, a lot of people might not be a fan of this, but Goldberg came back and won the belt. And, he only kept it for a month. If you're going to put the belt on a part-timer, he turned up most weeks, put it on him for about a month, 2 months, yeah? because Goldberg was the hot shit. Like he was, he like he came back, squished Lesnar. You could see it coming. It was nice to see Goldberg being the unstoppable beast with the championship again. And then you give it to this man, Brock Lesnar. You have Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, which shouldn't have happened, in my opinion. Hell, Brock Lesnar shouldn't have beat The Undertaker. So the whole blimmin' thing is the two men who defeat The Undertaker freaking face at next year's WrestleMania for the title. Roman Reigns' big crowning moment. Brock Lesnar, that man Brock Lesnar, he gone down win that championship again, and he won that championship again, man. He doesn't lose it until SummerSlam, and even then, he kind of freaking loses it because he's distracted by Braun Strowman cashing and all that. And then you turn Braun Strowman heel, and then you turn him face, and then freaking Roman Reigns, God bless you. I genuinely hope you get better. I genuinely hope to see Roman Reigns in a WWE ring again. Fuck cancer, fuck leukemia, fuck all that. I don't even care if this gets unmonetized or whatever. Like, screw that, man. God bless Roman Reigns, and hopefully he comes back soon. But so then we have a vacant championship, and Braun Strowman, who has been heel, has turned face. You've killed his momentum mostly with this freaking heel turn. You turn him face again. And all right, you know what? Us fans are not stupid. We understand, yeah, at least the non-fickle ones. We understand that fucking shit is fucked up for WWE. They've just lost their main man, who they built the company around for the last freaking 4 years, So we're not going to be bastards about it. We're going to give you a chance to present us with the new guy, who in my opinion should either be a Seth Rollins or a Drew McIntyre, or hell, even chuck AJ Styles over to Raw for a couple of years and make him be the guy. But, whatever. Braun Strowman comes out, and we're looking at this like, okay, this is like a correlation moment. Kind of similar to how it was in WrestleMania 34, right? It's a dead cert. They're both in the ring. And this man, Baron Corbin, in what I can only consider is a revenge attack from last week. Fucking hell. This man, Baron Corbin, picks up this jam belt and just whacks this man, Braun Strowman, in the back of the head. And from there, you're like, nah. Me and Shamus looked at each other, and I can only wish he was right here now just so I can express the real emotion of it, like the genuine. Like, we were like, nah, this man's not going to do it, is he? This man's not going to... They're not going to do it, surely. No, they're just building Braun Strowman up to be like a monster. Yeah, he's going to get clocked with a belt. He's going to get 1 or 2 F5, and he's going to kick out. It's going to be all right. Hold your horses, and it's going to be cool. Yeah, so he gets whacked with a title belt. Lesnar picks him up, delivers an F5, kicks out, picks him up, delivers another one, F5, picks him up, delivers another one, F5. Right, at this point, he's kicked out of 3, and I'm starting to lose interest a bit and be like, this is getting a bit ridiculous. On the 4th F5, he gets picked up, and he gets chucked out of the ring, beats the count at 9, and I'm like, all right, they're dragging this out a little bit. It felt a lot longer than 3 minutes or whatever the hell it was. And then Braun Strowman's over in the corner. Lesnar charges at him. Strowman gets the foot up, and you think, oh, well, you know what? Fine, fuck it. Here comes the comeback. The F5's kind of been killed off a bit, but here comes the comeback. Braun Strowman is going to light a fire under his ass, and he's going to become Universal Champion. Big boo. Big reversal coming up. Strowman has got the momentum. He goes running at Brock Lesnar, picks him up, F5, new Universal Champion. 1, 2, 3, Brock fucking Lesnar. And I can't even look at the camera when I say it. That's how guilty I feel. Me and Sham, we're idiots, because Shamus and I were happy about Lesnar winning the belt just because we were like, what the hell? Like, honestly, apart from like doing a freaking diabolical thing, like having the Undertaker lose the streak, yeah, I am all for surprise. Like, one of the biggest things about Goldberg's return for me was I was literally breathless for about 5 seconds after Goldberg won. I couldn't speak. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. This man Lesnar is the champion again. We're right back to where we started. He didn't goddamn turn up on Raw last night. He don't want to go over to Manchester in the UK, which, by the way, bloody Kurt Angle losing fucking to an ankle lock after an ankle slam. That is horrible booking. What the hell was that all about? Unless they're doing Kurt Angle versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 5. That was 35. That was horrible booking. But Crown Jewel, god damn it. Look at I'm stressed out, man. I can't even, my hair, fucking hell. Brock Lesnar is our Universal Heavyweight Champion again. And right now, you can't rebuild Braun Strowman after this. This man's lost to Lesnar like 3 or 4 times. What the hell? We have more chance of Daniel Cormier becoming the next Universal Champion than we do Braun Strowman. Anyway, guys, I'm done. Let me know your thoughts on Crown Jewel. Let me know your thoughts on Raw Manchester. God damn it, they've done a really corny angle with the Riot Squad as well, where fucking Ruby Riot snapped the dad's glasses. I mean, I'm not going to go into whole of Raw, but fuck me. This is literally the look on my face right now, yeah? Oh my God, the stress when I was watching Crown Jewel. Shamus and I, we sat there for about an hour afterwards discussing, like, what the fuck was that? Clearly, Vince sees something in Lesnar. He trusts Lesnar more than anyone else on his fucking roster. Hell, I would have put it on Drew McIntyre just to see where it goes. A big, imposing guy who looks like he could probably legitimately beat up someone, but is there every week. Why not? I don't know. That Universal title is freaking clutch anyway, man. Braun Strowman, what the fuck do you do for poor Braun Strowman now? They had him run around last night and beat up Baron Corbin or fight Baron. I don't know. What do you do now? Hopefully Styles beats Lesnar at Survivor Series. Do you know what's absolutely funny, right? WWE lazily used Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank to put him in a Hell in a Cell match, right? Against Roman Reigns for the championship, if I'm not mistaken. Seth Rollins also got a title opportunity at Royal Rumble 2015 in a triple threat when he was champion, right? Why not just book Roman Reigns in that Hell in a Cell match if you want him in that? Braun Strowman rather. Have Roman Reigns, see, I know I'm booking over the past, but have Roman Reigns come out and say, well, you want me, Braun, you can have me in Hell in a Cell, and I'm a fighting champion, I'll put my title on the line, whatever. My point is that, by God, WWE, even if you wanted to put it back on Lesnar, just for the, like, crazy, we got your moment, and have him keep it to face AJ Styles at the Survivor Series, have AJ actually win that match, yeah, somehow, but work on Brock's leg the whole match. And then you would have had Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank to come out and kill Lesnar. Lesnar can go away to the Rumble, at which point he'd have a rematch with Strowman, and maybe Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent could cost Lesnar the match at Rumble, so Braun keeps the title. Lesnar looks strong. I don't even know, man. Brock Lesnar is our new Universal Champion. Let me know what you guys bloody think. Oh my God, I can't believe it. WWE booking. I'm out. Peace.